Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Disorderly Product News here. This is a update on the video titled Commander Comes Power Walking In. And Commander Comes Power Walking In Complaint Form Turn-In. That one was done live. I got an email in regards to the complaint form. I got an email back, and this is what it says. Mr. John Q. Public at 520 Chestnut Street, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 19106. That's what I put on there because they told me that I had to head it. And that's Independence Hall, where the Constitution was signed. October 23rd, 2019, the Elmhurst Police Department received your citizen complaint form regarding an interaction that occurred with Watch Commander Rivkin in the lobby of the police station on October 15th, 2019. As a matter of procedure, the following actions have been taken. The video posted to YouTube recording the event was reviewed by the police department administration. I never told them it was posted to YouTube. Administrators discussed the interaction with Watch Commander Rivkin on October 16, 2019, and provided guidance for future similar situations. Their interaction was reviewed by the police administration as it related to the laws of the state of Illinois and the department policy. Upon review of the interaction, it is clear there was a failure of communication between Watch Commander Rivkin and yourself. Oh, I'm to blame here. During the first conversation in the lobby, and Watch Commander Rivkin has been advised of such, as the interaction pertains to law and department policy. Commander Rivkin took no law enforcement action against you, did not order you to stop video recording. You're right, he just told me I was a criminal and I was breaking the law, but he was going to let me break the law this time. You're right, he did do that. Commander Rivkin took no law enforcement action against you, did not order you to stop recording, and did not provide you with a did provide you with a written complaint form. Did supply you with a written complaint form. Now that's a little disingenuous because Commander Rivkin told me in order to get that complaint form, I needed to tell him what the complaint was, even though the interaction just happened with him 15 to 20 seconds, maybe a minute and a half before. Commander Rivkin did not want to give me the complaint form unless I told him what the complaint was about, because unless he could head it, there's no way that complaint form could ever possibly get to the stairs that are 10 feet behind him and above to the office above, right? This isn't Chicago. This is a tiny little police station. You know, the guy that sits right next to him is the one who's going to read the complaint form. But somehow they could never reach that phase unless I gave him the proper heading to put on this complaint form, which is a common tactic with departments that don't want you or want to dissuade you from filing a complaint form, which I'll show you later on. So what do we got next here? Let me get back to it. Furthermore, your video recording sessions at the Elmhurst Police Department on October 15th and October 17th were completed, permitted, and lawful. Of course they were permitted. And of course they were lawful. I mean, yes, you're behind the 8 ball. Thank you so much for letting me practice my First Amendment right. I don't know. I'm the victim, and now they did something great by letting me record. Upon review, it appears the nature of your visit to the Elmhurst Police Station on October 15, 2019 was in relation to an issue titled Demand Your Flag. That is hashtag Demand Your Flag, all one word. Please, if you're going to use the movement, please use it in its correct context. Pertaining to display of thin blue line flags by local police agencies. Local, not local, it doesn't matter how far they are away from me. Or anybody else for that matter. Distance is of no concern of ours. To address this inquiry, please note that uniforms of our officers police department vehicles, and our police station does not display such images or flags upon them. The flag of the United States of America is the only flag that flies on the flagpole outside of our building. Oh, they're trying to get a little bit credit now. They're working into their good graces. I was the bad guy. I was the victim. I didn't communicate correctly. Sergeant Rivikin did everything right, and now that they're showing us that they had the right flags up. The Elmhurst Police Department recognizes the right of persons to lawfully record members of the department who are performing their official duties. This matter is considered closed, and no further action will be taken. Not by you it won't, but by me it will. So, there has been a long-standing history. In fact, a lot of news agencies around the country. I'm sorry about reading that. I was reading that off a phone. That email off a phone, and it was hard to see. Anyways, a lot of news agencies around the country have done undercover investigations in which they go in and ask for a complaint form. When they go in and ask for a complaint form, they're told pretty much the same things every single time by those departments that want to dissuade them from getting a complaint form. And that is, tell me what your complaint form is about before I give it to you. You have to explain it to me. Can't I just have it and leave with it? No, you have to tell me what it's about or you don't get it. And then it is, I need your ID. You have to give me your ID. Can I fill it out anonymously? No, I need to know who you are, when you were born, where you live. All that information was required, said Officer Rivkin, in order for that complaint form to be any good. In order to get the complaint form, I had to tell him what the complaint was about. He put the words in my mouth saying that, how did I violate your civil rights? I never said you violated my civil rights. And it would have been my civil liberties that you violated, Rivkin, but you're still working on the wiretapping law, so let's take baby steps here. It would have been my civil liberties if you didn't allow me to record. If you didn't allow me to record based on my race, sex, religion, or sexual orientation, then that would have been a violation of my civil rights, pertaining to a violation of my civil liberties. But I'm going to slow down for you, Rivkin. So that is the behavior of police departments that do not want you to file a complaint form. And I will show you those undercover investigations right now. Also, those same departments were the ones that said you cannot record in here. So even though Rivkin allowed me to record, he did it after he called me a criminal. He came out in an aggressive manner. He yelled, "Hello, hello." Who enters a room like that, right? And his complaint was that I never advised him that he was being recorded. If you watch the video, I get to say, "Are you a sergeant or a lieutenant?" And he says, "Are you recording me?" "Well, you didn't get my permission. You didn't announce it." "Well, you cut me off. I got 3 words out of my mouth." At least if you're going to accuse me of doing something, at least let me do it first. So yeah. Now let's look at what other police agencies around the country that have been caught dissuading people from getting complaint forms. Let's see the tactics they used, and let's see how similar they are to those of Elmhurst. Remember, he needed to head it, or I couldn't have it, and I needed to put all my information in, or it wouldn't be any good. I did neither, and I still got and it still went through, and I still got a reply. So Officer Rivkin was lying about that, trying to dissuade the public from filling out a complaint form. So he's applying laws that do not apply, and he is trying the same rhetoric that other police stations around the country have been caught doing. And the chiefs, for the ones that did it right, handed out the complaint form right, they were asked, and you'll see what they think should be done for the other police departments who practice this type of behavior. So I'm going to put that now. But yes, Elmhurst's motto is something like serving you the best, giving you the best service. It's something like that. That's the phrase that's all over their website. And if you want to give a compliment, it is very, very easy. You Google it, it shows right up. You Google complaint form, Elmhurst, compliment form shows up. You cannot fill out a complaint form. You can easily fill out a compliment form, but you cannot fill out a complaint form. And this is obviously bad leadership, right? This falls on the chief. This is bad leadership. But let's look at what other departments did, and let's look at the chiefs who did things right and what they think about the chiefs that did things wrong.
CBS 4 News at 11.
We sent undercover cameras into dozens of police stations.
We wanted to find out how people would be treated and what the procedures are for filing complaints against police officers.
I-Team investigator Mike Kirsch is here now with his investigation into what some might consider police station intimidation.
Police departments around the country, like here in Tallahassee, give citizens police complaint forms all the time, no questions asked. But walk into a police station in South Florida trying to find out how to file a complaint and watch what happens.
Yeah, I wanted to find out how to file a complaint against an officer. I just wanted to find out how to do it. You guys have a form or something that I could take with me?
Well, you gotta tell me first, and then I gotta hear what's going on. You gotta tell me what the complaint is.
Do you have a complaint form that I can fill out or something like that?
Might not be a legitimate complaint.
Who decides that?
I'm trying to help you.
Like if there's a form, why can't I just take it and leave, right?
No, you don't leave with forms. You tell me what happened, and then I help you from there. Do you have an idea on you?
Why?
You know what? You need to leave. Okay? You're refusing to tell me what you want to do. Okay? You're refusing to tell me who's involved, where it happened, what transpired. You're not cooperating with me one bit.
I was just asking if you guys have a complaint form or like if there's some way for me to contact internal affairs.
You can do whatever the hell you want. It's a free country.
Why are you cursing at me?
Where do you live? Where do you live? All right, first of all, if you're not going to tell me where you live, what your name is, or anything like that, right?
I mean, if you're gonna if I ask.
Are you on medication?
Why would you ask me something like that?
Because you're not answering any of my questions.
So I'm on medication?
I asked you. It's a free country. I could ask you that.
Okay, you're right.
So you're not going to tell me who you are. You're not going to tell me what the problem is. You're not going to identify yourself.
Yeah, all I asked you was how do I contact them?
You said you had a complaint. You said my officers are acting in an inappropriate manner. Leave now. Leave now.
That's what he wanted to
Leave now. You better keep walking, son, before you get yourself into trouble.
I'm not doing anything wrong.
Neither am I. It's a free country. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Why did you get out of my face, man?
I'm not in your face. I'm standing. Sidewalk, free country. One more step towards me, see what happens.
I didn't grab one towards you, man.
Take one more step towards me, see what happens.
There's about 3 or 4 black belts in the driveway.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out how to file a complaint against an officer.
Where does he work at?
I'm saying if he works at this district. We're trying to file.
I'm asking you a question. Where does he work at? He works here at this district. Just try to answer my question. I think you think this is a big conspiracy.
I'm trying to find out how you file a complaint. That's what I'm asking.
If you think you can walk in here and go straight to the director of Metro Dade Police without telling me any details, you can't do it. And for some reason, you think that. I don't know why. You think it's a big conspiracy that we're gonna hide some information about what happened to you? I don't know. Is it a traffic ticket? Is it something that a discourtesy complaint? What is it? He stole your lunch money? Did he steal your money? Did he, have sex with your wife? What?
I just want to know how can I go about filing a complaint on the police officer. Okay, where did the incident happen? What street? Saturday Night Mass. I'm here with the complaint now. I'm going to take the complaint. Okay. So you got to speak to me so we can discuss this and see what we can do. Okay. Speak to me about it. Where did this happen? Okay, sir. Leave. Leave. I don't.
We don't give you a form.
Where do you live?
I don't really want to say.
You don't want to say?
No.
Where you going? You want to play hardball? We play hardball. I want ID.
For what?
Because I'm asking you for ID right now. That's why.
Here.
Hand it to me. Hand it to me.
Here.
Hand it to me.
Are you kidding me?
Hand me your ID.
Here.
I said, he's giving it to you. Hand me your ID.
Are you kidding me?
Hand me your ID.
Is this some...
What are you doing here? This is very
I came to ask you how to file a complaint.
Right, and this is very suspicious here.
Asking how to file a complaint is suspicious.
Why don't you shut up? I said this is very suspicious that you can pull in here at this time of night. He comes up
8 o'clock.
You're constantly butting in.
I'm constantly butting in?
Sir, I would like to leave.
I would love it, but he's got your driver's license, so you're just going to have to sit.
So are you detaining us?
Okay, could I give you a ticket right now for improper backing?
You could do whatever you want to do, I suppose.
Yeah, that means yes, I guess you're saying, right? And for backing up, correct? Yes?
I was backing up, sir, because I was leaving.
Like, there's no way, like, to just write it down on something? Like,
Well, first of all, why don't you tell me what happened, and I'll tell you if somebody did something wrong to you.
I mean, like, I feel like I know, like, if somebody did something wrong, you know.
Maybe not. Sometimes people don't. Some people think that we're not allowed to do certain things, and we are. And sometimes, you know, some guys take it overboard, and they're not allowed to do that.
Right.
You know, I don't know what happened.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to, like, I don't want to talk.
I tried to help you, but obviously you got issues.
I mean, I don't have issues, man.
The real issue seems to be why can't a complaint form against the police be found seemingly anywhere at South Florida Police Department?
is there, like, just a form that I can just fill out?
Is there a form or something?
Is there just something I can fill out? You guys don't have, like, a complaint form or anything?
This hidden camera test was carried out by a police abuse watchdog group called the Police Complaint Center. Remarkably, of 38 different police stations tested around South Florida, all but 3 had no police complaint forms.
Is there a form or something?
Is there just something I can fill out? You guys don't have, like, a complaint form or anything like that?
Florida City PD and Homestead PD had them, as did the City of Miami, in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Creole. But Miami Police Chief John Timoney was in no mood to gloat after hearing about the social skills of some cops.
Why don't you shut up?
And the behavior of other police officers when asked how complaints might be filed against their fellow cops.
Do you want to visit my jail cell instead?
Less than 1 minute into his stop at the Pine Lawn Police Department, and Tester Greg Slade is threatened with jail time. Sergeant Christopher Clay acknowledged his department has complaint forms, but he refused to give one up.
So you're not going to give me a complaint form?
Slade continued pressing Sergeant Clay.
You're not allowed to give me that complaint form? Or you just won't?
I might be speaking a foreign language to you. You have to contact the chief. He's the only one that hands out the forms.
And that's your policy? That's your official policy?
That's our official policy.
I left the police department when he told me that their official policy was not to give out complaint forms after hours. And that was the only thing that I wanted him to tell me.
He thought it was over until Sergeant Clay met him outside and said, "Get out of my city."
Yeah, get out of your city, and what happens if I don't? And what happens if I don't? You put me under arrest?
Yep, you're under arrest. Come on.
I'm under arrest for what? Man, what are you doing to me, man? What are you doing, man? Stop pushing me, man. You're squeezing my...
Hey, open the door. JJ don't get it.
What am I under arrest for, man?
So you comply.
Comply with what?
You're in a government building, man. Do you understand what government know what that means? You're on government property. Do you understand what that means?
Sidewalk?
We went in after them and immediately talked to Sergeant Clay.
I asked him specifically what the incident was about. Can't help you if I don't know what the incident was about.
Is there anything wrong with asking for a complaint form?
Why we do it is so we keep track of them. They're like a control number. So we know exactly what complaints were coming in. He wasn't getting it. And we try to do things, and I explained to him, this is what you need to do. I explained to him 3 times.
But can you arrest somebody for not getting it?
But he ain't under arrest. I just want him to calm down and get understanding.
But Slate was under arrest with an official court date and summons.
You need to go. We're done.
Were you throwing me out?
This is police surveillance video of a test in Independence, Missouri last year. The officers refused to give him a complaint form and then arrested him.
What are you doing, man?
Slate ended up in the hospital. In Dallas, another police complaint center tester encountered this deputy who appeared to reach for a weapon.
Oh, officer, I don't need no problem. Okay.
They call you in for me?
I don't know.
Oh, you here to make a complaint? Yeah. Well, no, I want to find out how to do it first.
Can I get your name?
Rich.
So let me see your license.
What if I don't have it on me? That's,
Failing to identify yourself, I can take you and put you in jail. All right? Is that what you want?
No, I don't want to go there.
Okay, give me your license then.
And some, like San Bernardino Sheriff's Department Corporal Ray Austin, had an intimidating message.
Because the way it works, they'll interview you with a tape, and then they'll talk to the officer to do an investigation. And if your allegation is unfounded, the officer has the right to sue you.
But that's not the policy of the San Bernardino Sheriff's Department. It states that any citizen can take a complaint form home, and they can fill it out anonymously. Jones left feeling as if he was being threatened into not filing a report. And even the captain agreed.
I can see how somebody who was listening to the corporal would feel intimidated.
After seeing the results of our test here at Sheriff's headquarters in San Bernardino, we wanted to find out if the same attitude existed at other sheriff's facilities. So the very next day, we sent our tester to Victorville.
What's the complaint process?
Again, Jones was told he wouldn't get a complaint form without giving his name and other information. This time, Sergeant Pat Daly made it seem like our tester was the criminal.
We have to take names to know how this is going. We just don't give people no names. I would feel that you got something to hide if you're this suspicious or this secret.
And when Jones remains reluctant, the sergeant draws his own conclusion.
We're arrested before, right?
And why would your sergeant draw that conclusion that he's been arrested before? Or try to even elicit a response from that?
I can't answer for the sergeant. I don't know.
Sir, can I speak with you for a second? I'm waiting on this lady. I need to speak with you for a second. I see that you're recording. You're not allowed to record or use cell phone in here. In the lobby, you can record us all day. The 9 to 9. Yeah. I don't have the policy. Okay, but you need to turn your camera off. I'll turn it off. I've asked you to do it. I've asked you to do it. What is your problem? What is your problem? What is your problem?
Is that generally how you treat the community?
Would you like an official
Is that generally how you treat the community? Yes, I would. Actually, I would.
Okay, what's your complaint, sir?
I'd like a complaint form.
Well, what's your complaint?
Yeah, do you really think that's the right way to do it? Me to give my complaint to you, the person I'm complaining about? Is that generally how you do things?
I give it to you. If you let me explain, I give it to you so you can fill it out and complete it.
Okay,
so it goes
please,
up
thank you. Let me get that.
But I need to know what the nature of the complaint is so I can head it correctly.
Okay, sir.
What's the nature of the complaint? What did I violate of your civil rights? How did I violate that?
You haven't heard. Now you're putting words in my mouth. Did I tell you? Did I say you violated my civil rights? No, I want the complaint form.
What's the complaint?
The complaint is that you treated me irrationally. You said that.
I don't appreciate.
Would you ever let someone else talk besides yourself?
Be an audio recorder.
Okay, well then don't be a public servant.
Okay, very good.
The Supreme Court's upheld. Let me get the complaint form.
I'll give it to you in a second when I get to it. Have a seat. I'll get to you.
No, I'm not having a seat anywhere.
Okay, well I'll get to you when I get to you.
Oh, you guys, you are gonna get a deluge of calls. Chief Ruth, you are gonna get you have no idea.
I have to explain the form to you.
Okay.
All right, so this is a 3-part form.
Okay.
That you have every right to fill out. There's a little form here that kind of explains it, but it's got to be completely filled out, okay? When you return it, it goes upstairs to the deputy chief and they investigate it and then they call you if it's substantiated.
Okay.
What else can I help you with?
No, that's all.
Okay, bye.
So that's that. You guys make the decision. You saw the undercover investigation. You saw the behavior of Commander Rifkin, Sultan Rifkin, King Rifkin, whatever, Mr. Rifkin, whichever word you want to put before his name. He got awfully offended when I called him Captain Rifkin. He wanted to correct me. I hate to burst your bubble, Rifkin, but that's just some name somebody made up, right? You could be a commander, you could be an admiral. It's just a made-up name by somebody. It doesn't really mean anything outside of your department. Every station department ranks people different. Some have white shirts, some have whatever. But he was very particular about being called commander. So there you go, Commander Rifkin. Anyways, I returned an email to the Elmhurst Police Department, the one that said me had a problem communicating. I felt like I communicated very well, except there was no one there to talk to because he ran away. Anyways, this is the email that I wrote in response. It says, this email is in response to your review of our complaint form. First, let me explain our. Commander Rifkin didn't know me. He treated me as a way he would have treated anybody who walked into Elmhurst Police Station with a camera that day. The irony is, we went in and we're going to pay you a compliment. We as a society have decided there are certain issues that need enough of our attention that we pool our money together and build police stations, fire stations, public works, etc. Then we find men and women, we have them trained based on our needs, and we pay them to service our communities. The police department's only purpose is to service the community. One of their main functions is to protect our civil liberties, not encroach on them. For a commander to accuse a citizen of a crime, not on some vague law, but the First Amendment to the Constitution, is patently wrong. Furthermore, Mr. Rivkin, Sultan Rivkin, said I needed to tell him my complaint so he could head it right. He also said it's got to be completely filled out, okay? Your return email shows that is a lie. I didn't fill it out completely, yet somehow it still went through. You can refer to the link below. It will show you it is a common tactic of disingenuous police departments to use the notions of you have to tell me what the complaint's about before I can give you a complaint form. And you have to fill out this complaint form completely for it to go through. When dealing with complaint forms, in other words, you have to tell us who you are, where you live, what's your birth date, in order for us to read. In order for us to read the complaint. These tactics are used to dissuade a person from filing a complaint. Not that it means much in a place like Elmhurst. Commander Rivkin is your colleague. Nothing was ever going to happen to him. That's not why I filled out the report. So let's review. Commander Rivkin came in yelling, "Hello, hello." Then before I could ask anything more than his rank, he cut me off to accuse me of breaking the law. Then when I cited the law, he turned around and left. Then he lied about having to head the complaint and lied about filling it out completely, neither of which I did, as it wasn't headed, nor did I give it any identifying information other than the address to Independence Hall and the date the Constitution was signed as my birthday. And I named myself John Q. Public. So the video below will show that the departments that employ such tactics are lying about being able to film and use such methods of trying to dissuade the public on not filling out a complaint form is nothing new and have been some of the telltale signs of ineffective leadership. So if this is providing the best, that's the motto they use all over the place on their website in their village, providing the best. So if this is providing the best, we need to reevaluate who is defining best. You make it incredibly easy to file a compliment. You can file it online. All you have to do is Google complaint form, and you get a compliment form. Yet we all saw what it took to even get a complaint form. You cannot fill it out online. So you saw how hard it was to get a complaint form. Had I just said no in the beginning, that's a wrap. I didn't get a complaint form. If I'm not able to communicate as well as I'm able to communicate, I don't get a complaint form. So how many complaint forms weren't given to people? Right? If I would have given up and just said, no, I don't get a complaint form. It's because I stuck in there, and I'm able to communicate well in these situations, I'm bad at a lot of things. This isn't one of them. So, the average person, God forbid, they want to go in there and get a complaint form, that guy's going to shut him down in a second. He's going to intimidate him, There's no way that you cannot film in a police station. There's no way he does not know that. He was struggling with it so much. If you watch the videotape, he turned into a mime. He said when you're audio recording, and he did a motion like a waterfall was coming out of his mouth. He goes, when you're audio recording in a building, and then he started pointing at the ground right below him. He was struggling so bad to verbally address what he was thinking in his head that he started becoming a mime and pantomiming it. And then when I said the law out loud, he was like, oh, nope, gone. Which is the same thing he did when he was giving me the complaint form and I called him on something. He goes, okay, that's it. I'll get to it later. So, he's incredibly egotistical. He's incredibly brash. And there you go. That's what the Elmhurst Police Department, that's what the email said that they returned back to me. So you guys make the decision. What do you think? You've seen the evidence. You've seen what's going on around the country. Is the Elmhurst Police Department in good hands? Should we trust this man that has Chief Ruth? Is he doing a good job? All I'm doing is presenting the facts, right? This is what happened. It's on tape. I have an opinion about it, of course, but you make your own opinion. And leave it in the comment section below. Thank you very much.